Alright everyone, welcome back to the JRL NASCAR series for the third round here at Sonoma Short Circuit. My name is RJJ your host and broadcaster, as always, here on the JRL on Twitch. Tonight is our first road course here at Virtual Sonoma, and right here we have the starting lineup for, count them, 18 drivers for tonight. So let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup here at Sonoma. So starting on the pole, like last week, is RZX U5A MVP. However, it is a road course. He was about a half a second quicker than the whole field. During qualifying just a few moments ago, lining up on the front road along with him is SSR Mayhem, a heavy favorite to win tonight's race. Starting second. Proto FM is going to be starting in P3 tonight. P4 is going to be RZX Halo, who finished, I believe, second last week to Frodo, so it is a 1-2. Now it is a 3-4 for the starting lineup. Fifth is going to be RZX Nix, currently ninth in the standings. And starting in sixth place is going to be news driver and new RZX driver, RZX Rama, starting in the sixth place spot. Started a second row, JDMX Culture in the fourth row, starting seventh. Eighth is going to be RZX Cam, who finished dead last week. Continue on is RZX Ultra. Will be lining up ninth. After RZX Ultra is going to be Ty, that will round out your top 10. Starting outside the top 10 is going to be Sniper Hyper in the 11th place spot, veteran of the series. Alongside of him is going to be Suspect Camo. Been a long time since he's raced with us. King Cameron and West Catrone will be lined up together in their row. So after West Catrone, it is someone in front in his spot. After that, it will be Mr. Shorty, 244. Next up will be Void Moon, last competed in Daytona 500. Offset Fiend in 17th, and Rewar will be 18th. So just waiting on Wes Catrone, and we will get the show on the road for 54 laps here at Sonoma. Alright, sorry I had to get away from the mic there for a second. Had to talk to race control. Alright, so there is no restart zone. It is leader at the line. It's RZX MVP and SSR Mayhem on the front row. Leads them to the green to begin round number 3 here at Sonoma. High points battle. Our points leader did not show up tonight. Someone will become a new points leader as we are green for 54 laps. As Frodo and Mayhem basically switch lanes there as they exit the uphill section. Frodo will take over the second place spot. Now they come downhill towards turn 5. They are allowed to extend a little bit onto this outside curbing. That is all. So it is MVP Frodo, Mayhem. Fourth, I believe, would be Nix. Fourth is Nix. Fifth is Halo. That is your top 5 here at the start. Looks like we're all good. And Mayhem's off into the grassy bit there. But he didn't lose too much ground there as the top 3 start to break away from everyone else. Mayhem, who had a very awful last 2 races, looks for a big break here tonight at one of his favorite racetracks. And it looks like we got 2 around. Suspect camo and someone in front, and we got more cars around. And this is going to be a caution at the line. We're hearing from race control. We'll go on board with RTX Rama, new driver here in JRL. Going to try to get his name out there as he's fighting with Halo for that 3rd place spot after Frodo got hit from behind on the uphill section. So they're going to race it back to the line. Caution's out. Alright, so we're going to go green this time by. MVP chooses that left side. It's really unfortunate, West. So we re-rack him, restack him after we had 1 lap of racing going. We're in on lap 5 here. And they are just beating and banging on and over the track. Someone's in the grass. I think that's Rama. He's going to fall back just outside the top 5. Right on board with Rama, going down the downhill section here. Halo's back there in 7th. I believe he started 3rd. It looks like we are still good. As Rama makes an attempt to pass on the inside of Halo. Went all the way onto that little bump there. But Halo's able to maintain that spot. They are just off into the grass. So MVP gets back into the race lead. He pulls away from SSR Mayhem as we enter the hairpin section. So it's all kind of spread out for now. We'll go back to JD Max Culture here, riding in 10th. I believe he is third in the points going into tonight. Started pretty deep in the field. Back there holding his ground in 10th, trying to see if we can get around King Cameron here for 9th. And JDM Culture looks to the inside, and it looks like he fakes it, and he goes a little wide there. We are still green. So Frodo disconnected from the race. Not sure why. Doing a good job keeping up here. Go up to 4th place with RZX Ultra fending off his teammate Cam. Cam had a rough race last week after having a top 5 car all race long. Finished dead last. Looks like we got Nix up here in the 3rd place spot, putting some pressure on Mayhem here. We're right on board with Nix from what he can see. So MVP still all alone out in front. There's 2 behind him, trying to do everything they can to catch back up. VP, very good road course driver. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I need to go to this camera. So Nix might have an opportunity going to the O'Reilly's corner here. This being turn 6. What's up, Benz? Glad you could tune in for the stream and watch the race. I wish I could have streamed on the league channel, but Twitch had a new Xbox update, and apparently for some reason I can't log back in. Just trying to figure out why. So just looking at the field, got a little battle going on just inside the top 10. Void Moon is 17th, right off the pace a little bit, but it looks like Nix is able to get to the inside of SSR Mayhem for 2nd. And he is up to 2nd. So now they trade places. And Mayhem tried to get to the bumper there, but ran a little wide going through turn 1. The Frodo FM is our only disconnect so far tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if we have more, because it is a road course. So Ultra and Cam back there in 4th and 5th, and 6th, I believe that is Halo in that white car you see behind them. So we are still watching this battle on for 2nd. That was some weird movement. And Nix is off to the grass, so is Mayhem. Mayhem did it, do it as best as he could, and now he gets to the inside of Nix pretty aggressively there. Mayhem's one of those drivers, he'll race anyone the way he wants to, but Nix still to the inside here. If Mayhem can keep it to the outside, it is preferred lane going through turn 2, and he is quite able to, still side by side, can't clear him. They forced the glued, and Nix is off into the grass. So that's one way to get around him. So Mayhem retakes that second place spot. MVP, still your race leader, as now Mayhem goes back into the grass. And now Nix has a look through the inside as Nix digs that splitter into the curving in the inside, but Mayhem's able to stay out in front yet again. So we'll go further back with Ultra leading this group of cars with Halo, Cam for 4th, 5th, and 6th. As Ultra really struggling to keep the throttle down through the S section. But they can't, they still can't really find a way to get around them. Sonoma is a very tough track to pass. Only place you can really attempt to make a good, clean pass is this part of the track here, the hairpin. So we'll get you guys updated on points at this time if I can quickly find them. So we've only had one caution so far tonight, and that was early on. And is someone off? Nope, someone is in the pits. So going into tonight, it is Kart Racer who is your championship leader going into the 3rd round. He did not show up. He is a no-show for tonight. So someone could have an opportunity. Ultra, Culture, Halo, Fan, also a no-show. Fan was 5th. Even Sniper. Sniper's only about 11 points back. 11, 12, 13, something like that. So Mayhem and Nix caught a little bit of a lap traffic here. So Kart Racer championship leader with 70 points going to tonight's 2 points above RDX Ultra, who's had back-to-back podium finishes at Daytona and Homestead. You can see Void Moon gets out of the way. Culture 3 points behind Kart Racer. Halo's 4th. Only 10 points behind, and 12 points behind is Fan 2403. That is your top 5. We'll go through the points even more throughout the night as this continues on. So Nix trying to pass Mayhem around the outside, but Mayhem parks it on the apex very nicely there. And really struggling to keep that car down. This is a new road course tune, new road course package that they're all using. And now they go side by side in a very difficult corner to try to maintain your line. There you can see MVP just still running away with the race lead as Nix has the inside, but Mayhem should have the outside momentum coming out, and he does. Still up to 2nd. We'll check on this battle later. So 4th is Ultra, Cam 5th. Halo 6th. They have stayed pretty much the same. We'll go further back, just inside the top 10. Ty, another one of new drivers, battling with King Cameron here in that 10th place spot. And there is 3rd place in points, just ahead of them, JD Max Culture. Behind them is Sniper Hyper, longtime racer of this series. But King Cameron might have a little bit of advantage here. He's able to take that S section very nicely. But this is a passing corner coming up into the hairpin. We'll see what King Cameron does here. Is he going to late break? And that's what it looks like. Ty locks up a little bit, goes a little wide, but King Cameron didn't have the best entrance. And they stay 9th and 10th. So Boyd Moon still the only one lap down. Offset Fiend in 16th. He was one of the ones that pit early on. He is about to go a lap down if this still continues green. And Nick's still on the charge of trying to take that second place spot. It's a bad moment there. So that gives Mayhem a little bit of a breathing edge here. So it looks like RZX Rama has caught up to the 4-car battle for 4th here. They've still stayed the exact same spots really. That's a lap car with front. So we'll go back to 5th place, RZX Cam. As he's able to get around Ultra here going through the uphill section, so he's up to 4th. So this tune, for those that are curious, it can be a little tight, can be a little loose on entrance, but you can get the handling down right like MVP as he is still continuing to pull away. He's got about an 8-second gap on 2nd place. Then I think you're ready to set sail. So is Ultra gonna make an attempt to pass through the hairpin? Gets right on his bumper. Cam doesn't have the best entrance nor exit. He is still in 4th place. Take a look at the fuel situation before I forget. So about another 12 laps here. And they go 3 wide coming to the downhill section in turn 5. RZX Halo prevails. A 2-for-1 special there. Halo up to 4th place. Now Ultra trying to make a counter attack. He's goes way wide, almost into that tire barrier, and oh, that would have been a caution if Cam had not gotten out. If Cam had went into the throttle even more. And Ultra got into the back of Halo. Halo was awfully slow entering that corner. And they are side by side going up through turns 1 and 2 here. And Rama has caught the 3-car battle. You see JD Max Culture. It won't be long before Culture catches up to them, and Halo's off to the grass. This is going to allow Ultra to the inside. And Ultra just said through the Discord chat, JJ, you better get this documented. And this is exactly what I'm doing here now. So you're just tuning in with us. This is the 3rd round of the NASCAR series out of 10 here tonight at Virtual Sonoma, the short circuit. MVP, your race leader, followed by SSR Mayhem, RZX Nix. 4th place, RZX Ultra, and 5th would be Halo, rounds out your top 5. So Nix is gaining a little bit of ground on Mayhem now, but it's really not enough for me to immediately switch over to them. Take a look at our race map. So yeah, it's all spread out field as MVP still the man in charge. Cameron's still sticking with Tig for that 9th place spot. So Cam and Rama falling back a little bit, but that shouldn't take long once these two get side by side ahead of them. And they almost hit that tire barrier coming out of 5. And are they side by side through there? From where the camera angle is, I don't think they were. Looked like they were, but Halo had some sort of problem going through the S's. Now, what is Cam going to do here? Halo's going to block that inside lane as Cam tries to see if he can get a little bit lower. And you can see JD Max Culture, he's catching up to them. Like I've said a few laps ago, won't be long for he catches up. I think this battle somewhat died down now as Ultra now pulls away. So we'll look at second and third. They are pretty much the exact same distance from each other. And is that Ram? Yeah, that's Ram into the grass. And Cam once again almost hits that outside barrier. We'll go back to King Cameron here in 10th, still working with Tig side by side going into turn 5 now. Tig is going to have the better exit using that outside line. And he got, oh, Cameron got into tie. So a little bit of communication there with me and the race control there. So caution will come out at the line due to that incident. It was a 2-car wreck. So they will race it back to the start-finish line, and their positions will be locked. Alright, so pit road will be opening up once caution is out. So lap cars can get their laps back now as drivers, everyone's going into the pits here. And Culture gonna stay out along with 2 others, I think. Front and Void Moon is a lap down. So Front and JD Max Culture are the 2 that will be staying out. Alright, green coming out this time by. That's how Sonoma is when you got lap cars who decide to pit last second, so it's fine. We'll go back to the green. So it is JD Max Culture with someone in front on that front row, and we're back to the green. And they are 3 wide coming out of that turn. Oh my gosh, it is rallycross racing. And MVP at the start got into the grass. He's been the dominant car so far today. I think this is what Nix and Mayhem wanted here on the start. So it is Culture that leads them through turn 5. Mayhem, Nix, Ultra and Halo, your top 5 on the restart. So now they are putting all sorts of pressure on Culture, who stayed out here during the pit cycle. And Culture gets into the grass in the S section. And Mayhem is your race leader. So that put MVP all the way back in 8th. Still got some cars to get around. Now Nukes looks to try to do something here. Nukes he ought to do it quick. He's going to try to get around Culture. And Culture got hit from behind from Nix and will take over the 2nd place spot. And we got cars off into the grass, way further back. It's Culture trying to salvage everything he can before he pits. Mayhem has officially started to pull away from Nix, but they were battling side by side for the longest time. We will check back on that. We look to the mid-pack here with Rewar fending off Sniper Hyper. And they are side by side. The only Ford in the field is Rewar. And caution's gonna be out at the line. I don't see. I don't see where there would have been a wreck. But they're calling a caution here. And I will get back in touch with you guys. Alright, going green this time. Nix is your race leader. Oh, buddy. We got cars around and caution's going to be out. Alright, we'll ride further back with 3 War here on the start. Let's get a little mid-pack action here. And oh my god. And I think we're good. I think. And we're staying green. Okay, let's get out of all that. They both did? But did they make contact with each other? Before they hit the tire barrier, yes? Alright, throw the yellow out now. Just caution, field frozen, field is frozen. I don't think that was a caution. Alright, back to the green. So drivers still need to pit within 20 laps to go. So Nick's gets a pretty good restart there. He's already out in front. Now Ultra. It's a kind of a big conga line. Ultra leading. The top five: RZX Nix, Star Mayhem, RZX Ultra, RZX Rama, and RZX MVP. As MVP goes to the inside of Rama for 4th place, and he's going to get that pretty easily. Now Mayhem on the charge for the race lead again. We'll go back to, who is this? 11th suspect Camo. with someone in front behind. And Mr. Shorty is in the tiebreaker. And oh, someone. Who was that just went off up here? Was that Cam? Was that? Oh no, that was Ultra. Ultra was in third, and he's back to sixth last time we saw him, so it must have been it. And they cannot stay off that grassy bit. So MVP is able to pass. That Halo in fourth, I think. I don't know. But MVP was able to pass Nix, and now MVP is on the charge for the race lead once again. So Nix fending off MVP for second. MVP's not afraid to get his elbows out. He will put the pedal to the metal when it's time to go, as he went to the inside to look for some sort of something there. But Nix obviously will have the better advantage with the traction on the outside. Mayhem's still pulling away now, but MVP's doesn't want him to go out too far. Almost there to the inside. And it sounds like we got another caution for... I don't know what happened there. So Mayhem was going to lead us to the restart. He chooses the outside line, which is probably the best restart line, for being completely honest here. So MVP gambling that he can make it on field, challenging Mayhem for that race lead, trying to get her out of the traffic here. We had a few drivers going to the pits. Looks like we had Rama, Nix, and Ultra, some of the front runners, go in. Here we go. And we are back green. And we know how Mayhem's going to play on this restart. So MVP falls back to third behind Cam. And car spun around. Oh my God. So caution is going to be out the line again, but can MVP pick up a place before they throw the yellow? And the answer is yes, up to second. And we throw the yellow. MVP wants this race one bad. Halo, Mayhem, they all want it bad. The guys that have been in the top 5 majority of tonight, they want it more than anyone else. Question is, who wants it the most? We're going green this time by in a very weird fashion. So we'll see what Mayhem does here on the restart. He chose the outside line on the start. Now he chooses the inside line going into turn 1. MVP does get the preferred line on Cam, but he's not able to get in front of our race leader. And they are 3 wide behind the leaders. How did they not wreck? So MVP is still gambling. He can make it on fuel. Everyone else is good to go. And he will put the pressure on Mayhem. Will contact as we look at the fuel situation. 53% with 12 laps to go, 11 when they cross the line. Cam's still sticking with our top 2. Alright, we'll see what happens going through 1 and 2 this time. can see he's playing with the throttle. He can see that number 4 in his rear view as Cam wants a piece of this battle. But I tell you what, he's come from a long ways in JRL, not just through the league, but in the team and RZX itself. He's now battling for a race lead with these guys in the top 5. As Cam's trying to get to the outside, see if he can get a little outside momentum. Either that or you just overshot the corner. So Mayhem's gonna make this hard for U5A MVP to get around him. This right here is the money corner, and now MVP gets to the inside of Mayhem. We have a battle for the race lead. 10 laps to go at the line, and Mayhem tries the door slam in there going into the hairpin, and Mayhem just could not keep that momentum up. MVP takes back the race lead right where he left off. 10 laps to go this time by, and Mayhem smacks the tire barrier going through turns 1, and I don't think, did he collect a car? No. Everyone stayed out of the way. Violent hit. And that's really got to suck because Mayhem was giving MVP a lot. So still monitoring this fuel situation with 10 to go. 9 when they cross the line. And now Cam drifting away a little bit as Nick starts to get a run on him. So your top 5, MVP, Cam, Nix, Ultra, and I believe that is 5th Rama, if I'm not mistaken. Well, no, it's Culture. So now Nix will finally get around Cam. For a second, Nix will try to do everything he can. MVP's been the dominant one tonight, but it's been a while since he's been back in the race lead. Just 9 laps to go. So Mayhem fell all the way to 11th here. We'll check on him, see how he's going to get around the traffic. And just thought about going to the inside. And we'll late break through the hairpin, and he should get that place, but Sniper's gonna pull the switchback. They're gonna side by side through the final kink, and Mayhem should get this place, so he's back in the top 10. So that's really unfortunate. After battling with MVP on the restart, smacks the tire barrier going into 1, and the rest is history. We got an RZX Halo. We haven't talked about him much tonight. One of the drivers who was very excited about the road courses on the calendar this season. He's back here in 6th. He's trying to see if he can get a good break here. With just 8 laps to go, he's battling with Rama, one of the newest drivers of RZX. And that right there is not going to help him, as Rama should get around him pretty easily, and he does. So someone went into the pits. Void Moon. I think. I don't know if Voigt's just trying to get out of the way there. Oh my god. Camo flirting with the tire barrier. Camo almost just committed death. So Mayhem in 9th here, trying to see if he can maybe salvage the top 5 as everyone else battling ahead of him, barely battling. And I think Nix has caught up to MVP now. Quite odd, to say the least. No, maybe MVP, something happened to him. So MVP can make it on fuel, as you can see. Clearly he can make it on fuel. So he is good on fuel at this point. Maybe he was just fuel saving, just dropping back quite a lot. So Culture maintains a top 5 spot here. Of course, is really not his big deal. But I'm sure a top 5 tonight would look good in the points. And we are caution free to the end, taking lap 51. Laps to go. Mayhem has caught King Cameron for 8th. Cameron blocks the inside line, but Mayhem late brakes. Will he have momentum to the outside? And he's going to do it. Very nice move. Up to 8th. Will he get a top 5? He's running out of laps. He's got Rama, Halo, and then Culture to try to go through, but they have all been extremely well tonight as well. go up to Halo here. He's still battling with Rama. Rama gets to the inside of Halo, and Rama went all the way on the curve to try to get around Halo. It didn't work. The pink car in the background likes what he's seeing up here. Two laps to go. Does Mayhem have enough left? And someone is dead stopped on the track. I think it was a lap car getting out of the way. I don't know who that was. But yeah, he is staying out of the way. So I don't think Mayhem's going to get a top 5 here. He can only probably get 6th out of this. Last lap this time by. Slips up a little bit. Rama doesn't go for the pass. Mayhem goes to the inside of Rama for 7th. They both make contact out of turn 5 and now into turn 6. On the final lap, Mayhem's trying to go for 6th here after hitting the tire barrier. Too wide entering the S section. And Rama's off into the grass, and I think Mayhem might get it done. They are still door slamming. I think he might get it done. Your race winner tonight for round 3 is RZX U5A MVP here at Sonoma, and we look back to the battle for 6th. And Mayhem will get it. So your top 5, Nyx, Cam, Ultra, JD Max Culture. We'll get our top 3 in for post-race interviews coming up next. Good race tonight after the restarts. All right, we'll get our top three in with us now. uh, just waiting on Cam and Nix. All right, are they gonna join or are they not gonna join? All right, now we got people coming in now.
Hello there.
So we now have our top three in with us. And just make sure you guys have your audios included for the stream so it doesn't sound like I'm talking to myself. And with that, we'll start things off with our third place finisher tonight, RZX Cam, as we can see his car lagging on screen. So Cam, very good run for you tonight. I mean, you come a long way, especially on road courses. I don't know exactly where you started, but you were moving and grooving
like
with the top five there, and you were battling with MVP and Mayhem for the race lead at one point, and then Nick's finally got around you, and you wound up finishing third. I mean, how good does this have to feel getting a top three after just a bad week last week?
I have to shout out SSR Mayhem for getting intimidated by me because he remembered what happened to Homestead and betting it into the tires. So
All right.
I thank him a lot for that.
So you don't feel good about a third place or anything like that? That's all you gotta
I
say?
do. It's just I shouldn't have finished third, but me and Ultra had some really good battles there. That was a good part of the race.
All right. I think that's good enough for me. I will move things on over to Nix now, our runner-up tonight here at Sonoma. And Nix, you started inside that top five, and you stayed there until, of course, you went to pit last second. It was just a few laps to go. And Nix, how did that feel, knowing that you weren't going to make it the whole way on fuel, and now you had to move up through the traffic and all the chaos, and it rewards you with a top three tonight?
Well, I had a fast car. I mean, qualifying fifth was definitely fun, and racing up with the leaders the whole time, and knowing that I had a competitive car underneath me. I had a feeling I was gonna be able to make it, but I pit just to be safe. I knew the car that I had, and the luck today was on my side, and I know I was gonna be able to make it through the field. You know, racing there in the late stages, whether it was MVP, slowing down due to almost making a mistake late race and me battling him for about a lap before he pulled away, or whether it was Kevin Harvick, uh, just uh, just doing his thing. It was really fun tonight. We had a really fast car, and I'm glad to bring home second for an RCX 1234. So good day. Can't wait to come back. I mean, after a bad week at Homestead, I'm here. I'm glad to make myself known.
And of course, it has been some struggles the past 2 weeks at Daytona and Homestead. You were in shots late with race leads and battling for race leads, and then just wounds up just being involved in others' mistakes with big wrecks there at the end. But as we move on from the road courses now to back on the ovals, Indianapolis being next week, how are you feeling about a more technical uh, oval than how Homestead and Daytona have felt for you?
Indy's definitely one of my better tracks. I got my first win in JRL at Indy, obviously on the road course, not on the oval, but we've always been in contention for a win at Indianapolis oval and road course. I know I'm gonna have a fast race tomorrow, and I've got a lot of confidence from this week and just from past races, and I have a good feeling that you know this isn't this isn't the end of me, and that second win is coming. Hopefully it's on one of those bigger stages.
And of course, we constantly saw you in a battle with MVP a little early on, and then mayhem majority of that first stint that you guys had. I mean, of course, you guys were back and forth through second and third. I mean, how did that feel battling with a guy who was fairly as fast as MVP was tonight?
Um, it was a confidence boost, to put it lightly. Uh, I've I've really hoped for this, just having a good car, and just having the skill to race with these top guys. And now that I'm able to, um, I'm not gonna ruin that chance. I want them to know that I'm here to stay, and I'm gonna be one of the big guys. So it was fun racing with MVP, Cam, Ultra, Harvick, whoever it was. It was really fun. Now I'm uh I'm ready for next week.
All right, well, congratulations on a runner-up finish tonight.
Thank you.
Came in the ninth with the standings, and that should definitely be a boost in the driver standings for you. And now we move on over to our race winner, RZX U5A MVP, going into tonight with the pole. Uh, Bad results in the previous two rounds, especially at Daytona. You finished 15th, and then last week you finished 6th. Maybe not what you wanted at Homestead, but MVP, of course, we know what your skill set is when we come to tracks like this. You always consider yourself as probably one of the fastest throughout the fields, and you know how to put your pedal to the metal when it comes to tracks like this. I mean, how do you feel after a race win here tonight?
Uh, it feels great. Like, especially for me, as I was telling these two, I've been in somewhat of a drought. It's been a
It's been
rough
two
couple
races.
months. No, it has not, Cam. But it's been a couple months since I had my last win. So trying to stay calm and not make those mistakes. And then obviously having a fast car and being able to do what I can do on a road course does bring a lot of confidence and helps me out big time when I'm trying to compete for this championship.
And of course, with the race win here tonight, this puts your championship winning contentions basically boosts it back up after a win here tonight. But when we go back to the ovals here, we know how you're pretty strong early on, and then kind of when things continue on, when we have a long green flag run or multiple restarts, you kind of find yourself into maybe it's making your own mistakes or other drivers involved in wrecks, and you unfortunately get caught up in it late. I mean, what's it gonna take for you to be more aware when it comes to things like that in a race?
Restarts. It's people trying to anticipate is what gets a lot of people caught up, especially me, because I mean, this today and even last week, people would try to anticipate and trying to be the leader, still seeing people try to jump the restart. It's hard when people are trying to anticipate, just obviously you can't blame the guys out back trying to not lose any ground to the guys out front. But it causes people to wreck because they go sooner than some guys in front of them, and it's a domino effect. You gotta try to just manage it and just try to be there at the end.
And of course, one last thing. I mean, you and Mayhem were definitely the class of field tonight. Of course, you're the victor in this situation, and uh, Mayhem on the restarts. I mean, he gave you all he could handle, but a little mistake there at the end cost him potentially a top five tonight. Actually, not potentially, but it did cost him a top five. But just moving on through the rest of the season, back on road courses, back on ovals. I mean, when you see someone like Mayhem on the track, who's a longtime veteran of the series and in the league himself, I mean, are you going to potentially race him a little bit differently? I mean, of course, you guys were fighting pretty aggressively on restarts and coming back to the caution flag. And, I mean, is your whole race mentality, your racecraft going to change when you see that pink car on track anywhere at all time?
Uh, Absolutely not. Race people how I race people. If I feel like I made a mistake, like it cost that person, I give them the spot back. Like it was my fault. I shouldn't have done it, but like some of those restarts, uh, sure, he was rubbing against me, but at the end of the day, I was gonna just do what I needed to do to get around him, and eventually I got that run through turn 10, and that's what got me on his inside for turn 11.
All right. Well, congratulations on the first win of the season here at Sonoma tonight. Looking forward to seeing other battles you have with other drivers here throughout the rest of the season. But yeah, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you very much.
And with that, that's going to do it for us here at Virtual Sonoma Short Circuit. We will see you all, our Forza fans, Forza drivers, whoever you are, tuning in for tonight. In 7 days' time, when we return to an oval, the Indianapolis Brickyard Speedway. So thank you all for tuning in here tonight at Sonoma. MVP, your race winner, along with Nix, Cam, Ultra, and JD Max Culture rounds out your top five. Everyone else on screen. And yep, that's going to wrap up the stream, and we will see you guys at Indianapolis. So long.